Do you think it's time yet?
Yeah, I do. I had to give some shoulder shimmies. I couldn't just sit in complete silence and not move at all.
That's fair. Hi, I'm Mark Pikert, editor-in-chief of Playbill.
Hey, I'm Felicia Fitzpatrick, the social media director.
And you're tuned in to the second week of Playbill Live with Felicia and Mark. And today we have the very special guest. You aren't.
I don't have like a.
Use what you got. It's quarantine. Why can't we never introduce anyone correctly? Rose Byrne is here today, ladies and gentlemen. Rose Byrne. I'm beside myself because there are a lot of things that I'm excited to talk to her about. But most importantly, Mrs. America, where she plays Gloria Steinem.
So good.
Drama Desk nominee for Medea.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to bring her on in a little bit. I'm going to get rid of this giant thing on my head because now
they know where they are, and if they see our mugs, they'll just be so thrilled.
I do kind of like that I look like a Batman villain with an extremely elaborate eye mask.
Sure. Yeah, it's like 3D, like it comes out. A little flourish.
Somebody on the end. Anyway.
There you are.
Felicia.
Hi.
Another wild week.
I know. I know. This was week 8.
Oh, I don't keep track of that.
Okay. I mean, what are numbers? I don't know. Time's a construct. But yeah. Another wild week on the Broadway for New York theater. The Lortels. Scream. That was May 3rd. It has not even been a week.
No.
Yeah. So it's been a wild week, but yes, I feel like so many digital events that are happening. It was really exciting that they were still able to do the Lortel Awards virtually. They streamed it on their YouTube.
I really love that the award shows, like drama desks, are also doing something. Some awards and the galas are going online because all of a sudden, all of these people who, one, aren't here to be able to attend, or two, can't afford the price of the ticket or the gala ticket. I mean, I can't afford the price of a gala ticket.
Yeah.
I'm like Norman Desmond in Sunset Boulevard.
It does make it more accessible for sure. I appreciate that.
So I'm loving that. And also everybody's like very cute acceptance speeches and thank you notes.
Yeah.
That they filmed, which, I mean, what a great week to be a Strange Loop and Michael R. Jackson.
And Larry Owens and that whole entire company.
Hotel.
Yes.
Pulitzer Prize winner.
Pulitzer Prize winner. I screamed. I was watching. I was like, because it's just like people were tweeting about this, but there's only been 10 musicals that have won the Pulitzer Prize for drama.
The first Black man to win.
Yes, first Black man for a musical, and it's the only Broadway show that it's the only musical that didn't have a Broadway run like attached to it.
Yeah,
and it had just won, and then it started previews. But like, there's so many little like cool things that are associated with this win, and also it's just shout out to Michael R. Jackson. That's amazing.
I was shocked that I was delighted, but I was shocked that it won because it's one of those shows that I loved so much that like, resonated with me.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the Liz Phair thing is like, I've had a very good week in terms of getting to do stuff, but the best thing that has happened to me in the last month was Liz Phair retweeting not even one of my stories, just a Playbill article.
Yes,
yes, Liz Phair might possibly know my name.
Yes.
I was so taken with the show that I was like, oh, I would love it if it won, but there's no way that it wins because I love the show emotionally so much. And Pulitzer Prize winners are snoop.
I mean, right. Yeah. Awards are always a weird thing for that, but came through, recognized it. And it was Soft Power was another musical that was a finalist. And I can't remember the third one off the top of my head.
Fourth Turning.
Yes, was the other. So like, shout out. People are feeling it. Shout out to theater. You know what I mean?
Well, theater live is on pause, is at intermission, but theater online in your living room, never been stronger.
Ooh, which also King and I is going to be streaming tonight.
Girl, I got the receipts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we going in the correct order? I just got so excited about the things I remembered to talk about.
The King and I is streaming tonight.
Funny that you bring that up. I was just thinking that inside my head. On Broadway HD, our next R&H movie night.
So 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Tune in to see Rodgers and Hammerstein's The King and I, starring Kelly O'Hara and Ken Watanabe and Ruthie Ann Miles. It's the 2015 revival that played Broadway, but they captured it at London's Palladium in 2018.
Correct. But it's like the same production. So if you saw the 2015 then you get to see it. For the most part.
And you can find out all of that info on Playbill.com. I think it's the top story right now on the homepage. But the link, and then tune in and play along on Twitter while we do the watch party.
Yeah. See, look, I thought this was going to be on screen, and now it's not because it's all reversed. So I'm confused. But yes, we'll be live tweeting, and we have giveaways because we're working with R&H. So we have giveaways of like the cast album with Kelly O'Hara and Ashley Park and Conrad Enrico Moore and all of them on it. And like the DVD collection of Rodgers and Hammerstein's, like it's Carousel and King and I and a bunch of other ones. So like tune in because it's going to be a fun time. And I mean, I know there's a problematic history with that show, but like the music's beautiful, so I'm excited for it.
I mean, you didn't have to attack that on.
No, but I just mean like I know.
Acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge the past so that we don't make the same mistakes.
I'm tipping my hat. Yeah.
Imaginary opera gloves.
Sure, or like a monocle. There we go. Right. Whew. What else? What else is on your list?
So you can watch The King and I tonight. You can watch Rose Byrne in Gruesome Playground Injuries tonight at 8 p.m. as well. A live reading of that play, which is a great play. I saw Off-Broadway years ago. Also this weekend, the Little Scene Andrew Lloyd Webber musical by Jeeves is streaming on the YouTube page of The Shows Must Go On, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you can watch that through Sunday at, I think it ends at 2 p.m. I definitely want to see it. It was here for 3 months on Broadway in 2001. It was one of the first shows that opened post 9/11.
Oh, I didn't know that. Obviously before my time. Wow. Okay. I know.
I'm so old.
You've sustained, yes.
But also, let's be clear. We love theater, but sometimes we want to watch something that is not theater related. Sometimes I want to watch Dead to Me on Netflix with Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini, which is back today.
What a thrill. I'm so excited for you. You're going to have a busy weekend. I
really am. Well, last weekend we both did Hollywood. Oh, did you do Hollywood?
No, but I want to. It's going to be a roommate show, and like so, we've got other shows. We've got to finish up This Is Us. We're prioritizing, but it's on the list.
You know, you need to do what everyone else in a relationship does and just cheat on your cue with your shows.
I just try to find shows that are just mine. So like Mrs. America is one that's just mine, and I'm like I've been able to just watch that whenever I want, or like Unorthodox, like I was talking about last week, like that was my show where I just watched myself. But we all want to watch Hollywood, so it's hard.
Well, I'm finally catching up on the morning show, and I am obsessed.
I want to see that.
Oh, it's so good. Also, crazy stacked with theater people. Cheyenne Jackson shows up to sing "Let Be a Lady."
Okay, we love it. We're here for it.
And then, in case you thought Billy Crudup could not get any hotter, he also sings in a slight British accent, "Not While I'm Around" from Sweeney Todd. And it is too much.
Okay. How many episodes is it?
10.
Okay, easy breezy. In a weekend. Done.
Great. Also, you can watch my new interview series, Stream Feelers.
Yes.
It launched on Monday with Miss Catherine Hahn, who was a delight. I will say that we just gave up all pretense of actually having a real interview. And for the last 10 minutes, we just talked about horror movies.
Well, honestly, why not? If that's where the conversation goes, that's where the conversation goes.
You know what? That's the content that people have been clamoring for.
I'll say. I mean, I don't watch horror movies, but like, yeah, I would love to hear you and Catherine Hahn talk about it for sure.
You know, and that's why we're going to launch a podcast where we just talk about horror movies.
Nice. Actually, I would listen to that. Like, that's, not just a bit.
Yeah, no, we're going to do that. And the only other thing that I think that I have, and then I think you have something about Kiki that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, sure.
So don't forget, Playbill is still running the living room series, where we are asking you to download one of the scenes that we have made available and perform it with your family. I still have to do a chorus line.
Literally, like, you must.
Well, if only they'd done like Gypsy Rose Lee's monologue in the dressing room at the end of Gypsy. Like, I'll do that one. I have that memorized.
Or the goes on to the Cher show.
If I could do the Cher show, I would win everything. I'd win that Tony.
Goes on. Right.
But you had an exciting morning this morning.
Yes. Because this Sunday is going to be the Disney Sing Along Volume 2 on ABC, and so I got to talk to Keke Palmer on Instagram at 11, and it's on IGTV now if you guys want to go watch. But like, here's the thing: like, I used to listen to her music in 2007, which I let her know. I was like, girl, you were my jam. And she's had such an exciting career because she's done TV like True Jackson VP, and she's done film. She has had such an illustrious career in that way. So we got to talk about her being the first Black Cinderella on Broadway. We got to talk about Grease Live. Like, there were all of these different things. I was like, girl, you have done it. So we got to chat about it. She gave us some teasers for her Disney sing-along song, which is going to be Zero to Hero. Just like that. That's from Hercules. Don't know if you could tell by my tone-deaf performance, but yeah, it was great. And so go check it out and tune in on Sunday.
Are we bored with each other now?
We are, and I also realized I didn't bring my laptop charger with me. So I'm like, do I text my roommates to come bring it to me while we bring on Rose Byrne? Should I go get it while we transition?
There's no transition. I literally just hit a button and she's here. And I don't even have to move because I got a mouse.
Because you're fancy.
I got a mouse that is not working. I
need to get a keyboard like you've got a mouse.
I keep telling you.
I know.
Oh, it's upside down. That's why it's not working.
Technology.
Wow, we are really persevering through week 8 of quarantine.
So that means it's time to bring on Rose Byrne for sure.
I don't know how to use a mouse now. All right, here is Miss Rose Byrne.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh God, gotta move over more.
I know you gotta center yourself, reverse. It's mirrored or something.
Whoa.
I think it's mirrored for us, but I think when people watch it, it's fine.
Okay.
I think that's how that works. Hello, Rose Byrne.
Hi there.
Congratulations on the Drama Desk nomination.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much. I'm so tickled, so honored.
That was an amazing production. That was worth the trip to Brooklyn for, and I live in Queens.
That's a long trip.
It is, but I was happy to have made it.
Aw, thanks, man. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah, it was. I can't even believe we did that play now.
I know. I mean, the difference between before and now is so stark.
So strange. We closed the play on the Sunday, and then on the Wednesday or Thursday, they closed the entire Broadway. Yeah, we went to see Girl from a North Country on the Tuesday night, and then I remember them going, yeah, I think we're not sure what's happening, and then closed everything.
Wow.
Shut down. Yeah.
And then it was so wild that the Drama Desk nominations still happen. It's great, but I
know what you mean. I was like, oh, wow, amazing, but I guess surreal, the whole thing. But yeah, it feels like another, I mean, it really kind of was another universe when we did that play.
I know. Well, what's it like watching, or do you watch Mrs. America?
I got to see some early, screeners of it, which was really cool. So we watched it a couple of months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just watching it alone in my apartment, watching everybody walk around and touch each other, sometimes appropriately, sometimes not. It's like, oh, remember when we could just do that and smoke inside and drink as much as we wanted at lunch?
I know, and stand close and shake hands and whatever. Yeah, I find it less distracting in Mrs. America just because it's historical. So you're already you're already sort of so in another world and sort of time traveling. Whereas if it's set the current like Curb Your Enthusiasm I've watched, and I was like, oh God, hold on, they're all in the coffee shop together or whatever.
Hand sanitizer, right?
Yeah.
I will say Mrs. America is less and less historical for me because I'm also drinking too much at lunch and chain smoking inside. So we just feel very
We've all
reflective.
reverted back to like, what? Yeah.
Yeah,
Bottle
it's
of wine.
national
No problem.
park in here every day.
Yeah.
So
I brought my friend the plant, by the way, with me. It's my friend.
The greenery. We love prop work here.
She thinks I'm hilarious. She's always. I know.
But what was it like doing like the dramaturgy and all the research for Gloria Steinem and the whole ERA moment happening in the 70s?
It was amazing. Darby Waller, the showrunner, she sent me a big Gloria Steinem package. There's so much information on her, and obviously her own writing, and she's such an iconic figure. So it was quite overwhelming where to begin. So Darby sent me sort of a very comprehensive initial package, and that's what I started with. And there's great footage of her from back then. But overall, you know, the whole series was just such an interesting thing to be a part of. I had never read anything like it, sort of retelling this part of history that's largely forgotten. Mm-hmm. So it was, and obviously this incredible cast led by Kate Blanchett. So it was a really, the series as a whole, the job as a whole was really the point of entry for me in wanting to be involved.
And that's what I was going to ask too. I'm glad you mentioned it. Was like this cast is mainly women, which is really cool. And I wanted to know if that, how that affected you, or if that was exciting to go back to after like Bridesmaids was like that. I feel like too, which is really cool.
Yeah, it was really unusual, and in that respect, very similar. Of every day, this like it was 90% or something. The cast was women, and so those days when it was all of us together was really fun, like really fun, just because everyone was great. We, you know, it's very cheesy, but we're all still really good friends, and we all hung out, and it was one of those special experiences as an actress I found, and to tell this story of the history of second wave feminism, but to also be able to work with all these women, and all female directors except for Ryan Fleck, female producers. Yeah, it was really extraordinary and pretty rare. Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time.
I have to ask, as a homosexual man, the wig is incredible.
She deserves an Emmy. The wig is amazing. She should have her own category.
Not just like an honorary. Just don't even
I agree.
Just give it to her now.
BAFTA. Give the wig the BAFTA.
I mean, are you an actor who finds the character thanks to like makeup and hair and costume? Does that help when you're looking for the character?
Well, really just wanting to find the silhouette for her because it was so iconic. So we really had to get that silhouette. Everyone knows her, you know, she's one of the few people you easily can identify instantly from the way they look and their silhouette. So we had an incredible wig maker, Marcial, who is French, and he did Glenn Close's wig on Damages, which was this extraordinary wig she had. You could never tell. She would wear it on her carpet, and I knew if I could ever get the chance to work with him that I would request, and I did for this. I was like, please, because he's quite hard to reach and he doesn't work that often. And I said, please, can we get Marcial? And he did it, and it was
Wow. I mean,
I miss her. I miss her.
I mean, you immediately know who this woman is because of the wig and the way that the hair is tucked so perfectly around the glasses, not over, not entirely under, but carefully curated.
It's wild. I know. It's an amazing sort of choice, and obviously there's some hiding going on as well. But she's very stylish, Gloria Steinem, very stylish. She's always so chic, you know. She just had that effortless kind of chicness about her.
And there's so much of the series, I mean, as you were saying, that we aren't aware of anymore, that we don't remember. And this is fairly recent history. And certainly this is not the image that I have in my head of Gloria Steinem.
Mm-hmm. Right. In what way? Like
in the hesitancy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. Yeah. She's quite, I mean, in all the reading I did, there was a reluctance, I think, initially from what I've read of her stepping into that role and being the face of it, because she was sort of an it girl, you know, and a writer, but not known for her political activism yet. So it was this perfect kind of confluence of time and celebrity and her and feminism and all of it coming together to sort of produce her as as the face of feminism. So, and having Bella Abzug played by Margot Martindale, and the great dynamic and how she is this partnership. They have this unusual partnership, and how she's so instrumental in changing her life.
Well, and how thrilling to watch a series about women who disagree and argue about politics instead of about men or whatever. It's so meaty as a viewer. I can only imagine what it was like getting to like dive into that world and that dialogue on a regular basis.
Yeah, Tavi, always, because I said, profile, what am I trying to say? Biopics they're difficult because you never want to put someone just on a pedestal, because it's pretty dull to watch. You want to see all the flaws and and that was one of our first conversations was, this isn't a puff piece. It's not just being on a soapbox saying this and that. We want to see all the flaws and all of the failures of the movement and all of the successes, and that includes all the complicated relationships and dynamics, and what a great cast of characters, like from Betty Friedan to how she treated Gloria Steinem, to Margot Martindale, and to Bella Abzug, and how off-putting she was to so many people, and then obviously Shirley Chisholm, groundbreaking and being the first woman of color to run for presidency. It's amazing.
So brutal. That the Shirley Chisholm episode was so
I know. It's just devastating. She's devastating in that. So that was always her vision, Darby, I believe, to really show all the complexities and not just make it a puff piece or something like too didactic.
Is there a particular line or scene that really resonated with you while y'all were filming?
When we shot the Shirley Chisholm episode, when we were all watching her on stage with the other nominees, who are all, middle-aged white men, and they sort of come out, and McGovern has won the nomination, but all of the nominees get up and kind of say thank you. And that was I still get goosebumps when I think about it now. Just visually seeing that and knowing what really happened, it was really quite moving that day to realize what she had accomplished, Shirley Chisholm, and in such a time of continued racism and strife and civil rights movement and so on and so forth. So it was really, that was, I think, for me, one of the most amazing moments to film. Yeah.
Well, and I first realized who you were with Damages, which is the only show that I've ever turned drinks down to go home and watch live. I mean, I was at happy hour, so it's not as if I did not drink. I just turned down later drinks. But then you're one of the funniest actresses in movies right now. You can get me with an eyebrow. I love your sense of humor. I love your comedy.
Thank you.
Was it fun to show like American audiences what you're capable of after Damages?
Yeah, I mean, as an actor, you're always just wanting to do diverse things and mix it up. And I'd wanted to do comedy for a long time. Being Australian, we all have a good, healthy sense of humor and don't take ourselves too seriously. But and I think it's so hard. My favorite actors are always the ones who make me laugh and make me cry at the same time. So, and I've just been very lucky. You're only ever as good as your writing and your fellow cast members, and to be, able to work with Judd Apatow and Nick Stoller and Seth Rogen and Melissa and Wig and Maya and so on and so forth. I was so spoilt to have these comedic kind of geniuses surrounded me while I kind of played the straight man. So I've been very lucky. And Medea was hilarious. Talk about a comedy.
I love
especially the ending. The ending is hysterical. Hysterical. Tyler Perry Medea, right? That's the one we're talking about, right?
I could not stop laughing. Whenever I think about it now, I just erupt no matter where I am.
We're talking about Tyler Perry's Medea there.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, you were so good. I was a little bit worried that it would be a little exploitative, but you really handled it with aplomb.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
I have to say, I love Neighbors. I love the comedies. I love Insidious too, by the way. I feel like that does not get enough.
Oh, you like a bit of horror?
Oh,
yeah.
but I love I Give It a Year.
Oh,
so
that's
much.
so cute. Oh, with Rafe. He's a dear friend. Thank
That
you.
was so fantastic. And
Thank
if
you.
I can do one thing please watch Mrs. America, but please watch I Give It a Year, because it is such an underrated gem of a movie.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet.
But we love to ask this now. What are you watching in quarantine?
I love asking that too. We've been watching the Michael Jordan documentary on ESPN, The Last Dance. Just throw it over the sports for a second, guys. I know this is an arts page, but
No.
you look a little confused, like, who's that?
Sport.
Who's that?
Michael Jackson, he just won the Pulitzer.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan won the Pulitzer. We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out. Just Google it. We've been watching that, and we also have been rewatching The Sopranos.
Oh.
We've started revisiting that. But next in my queue is Normal People, which is on Amazon, and it's based on a Sally Rooney novel, which
good.
I'm obsessed with. So that's on my list.
It's so good.
Oh, you've been seeing it? Okay, cool. It's Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. It's Amazon or Hulu. And now I'm on it.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay.
It's not on FX. Mrs. America is on FX. On
Mrs.
Hulu.
America is on, well, it's on Hulu on FX. Hulu on FX.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. But yes.
I love it when they make things easy.
So do I. Piece of cake.
There's so many options these days.
What are you guys watching?
Go for it, Mark.
Oh, I watch everything. I just finished Hollywood over the weekend, which Patti LuPone is a great aunt.
Yes. Okay.
That's that on that. And I'm watching screeners of Hulu's The Great with Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult about the screenwriter of The Favorite.
Yep.
About Catherine the Great, and I'm obsessed with it.
Oh, amazing.
It's coming out at the end of the month. It's so good.
Tony McNamara, yeah, he's an Aussie. He's a friend. I know Tony. Yeah, he's lovely. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for you to watch it. You're gonna die. So good.
Oh, cool.
And then it's just started the morning show. I've got one episode left.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed that. I watched that too.
Yeah, I mean anything with Billy Crudup, I'm just.
There.
Oh, so good. Jennifer Aniston's excellent. They're very good.
They're all very good.
Yeah.
Rachel, what have you been watching?
Well, I finished it last week, but I really loved Unorthodox on Netflix.
Oh yeah. Go to that.
It's like a mini series, and so it was a quick watch, but it was so good. And then in one night, me and my roommates binged Never Have I Ever, Mindy Kaling's show on Netflix. I guess I'm a Netflix gal, I don't know. But it was a coming of age rom-com moment, and I just love when people have like the specificity of coming of age and teenagehood, and she also included her like Indian American identity with it, and it was just really fascinating, but also made me laugh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know it's a good time to catch up on TV right now.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, okay, marking them off.
In a few hours, you're doing a reading of Gruesome Playground Injuries.
I am tonight. I can't wait with you and Leslie, and it's for an Australian theatre company, Redline Productions. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I didn't get to see the production with that was in New York. Did you saw it?
Yeah, it was Jennifer Carpenter.
With Jen Carpenter. Yeah, I know. I really wanted to see it. I really wish I had seen it, but I didn't catch that one.
Did you how did you get involved with this play? Were you a fan of the script or?
So Andrew Henry, the director and creative director of the company, we have a mutual friend, Kirsty. She reached out, and so I just came on board. And I've known Ewan for a really long time. He's a fantastic actor. He's worked with Simon Stone for years as well, who directed us in Medea. So I thought it's also to raise money for some arts charities in Australia, and the arts have been affected so hard, none more than the theatre, which we all love and miss. And I tell you what, I miss going to the theatre. We go all the time. I go to the theatre more than I watch TV. Bobby and I are such theatre geeks, so my heart breaks that it's all put on hold. But hopefully we'll come out of this better and have learned something. And
I was a little worried at the amount of time that had passed between you ending Medea and you being stuck at home with your family. But you're handling it well.
We're good. We're safe and well, and but it's collectively a strange experience, right? We need human contact. I think we've all learned that, especially in New York. You don't live in New York unless you kind of love the hustle and the bustle. So I miss this. I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us.
Guys.
Where can people tune into Gruesome Playground Injuries?
So it's on tonight. We start, I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you Google Redline Productions, that will take you to the website.
That's how I direct people as well.
Oh yeah. Believe me, I've had about 12 tech meetings about the whole thing where I'm like, which button do I press? Okay, it's slow.
Break a Leg. Also, check out The Great when it premieres.
And
I will. Normal people, because you're going to. It's so good.
I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
and you're not on social media, correct?
I am. I do. I have a social media account. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying.
You've got the time now.
Yeah, exactly. Full time.
So where can people follow you?
Fully Rose Byrne. Yeah. It's going to change your life. I swear. It'll change your life.
Felicia Nicole 86 for me on Instagram and Twitter.
Awesome.
Right here. It's spelled out for you, so there's no excuse to not know how to spell my last name anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Rose, thank you so much for joining us. This was a delight.
So,
my pleasure.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, guys.
Farewell. Until next week, guys. In the meantime, tonight at 8, Gruesome Playground Injuries, or King and I, or both. Figure it out.
Right. Multiple screens.
Sunday, ABC's Disney Sing Along 2. Monday, 4:30 p.m., I'm going to be talking to Adam Godley from Hulu's The Great about his performance. Very excited. He was in Private Lives, one of my favorite shows that I've ever seen on Broadway. So you can tune in on playbill.com/stream-Steelers. And we'll see you here next week.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you to Rose. Thank you to Molly. Everyone have a great weekend.